There is not one frame of actual sword play that isn't the two of them. I mean, the books Bob Anderson, who was an Olympic fencer from Britain, who had doubled for Errol Flynn, and had doubled for a lot of these. In the wide shots, they put in these great, great fencers. In the wide shots, it was Carey and Mandy every single time. And so I can't tell you how proud I am and how great that scene is, and I think we did make good on it, Bill. I think we did.
When we practiced so much, and then because we practiced slowly for so long, we thought this fight's going to be a really long fight, and then we got really fast at it. Remember, Mandy? And then when we came to show it to you, it was over so quickly. You went, "That's it? So that's all you got?" Remember? And you said, "Go back and add some more. We got to longer." So we went back, remember? And we asked Bob. We said, "Bob, what's the longest sword fight in history?" He said, "Well, that would be Scaramouche. It's 12 minutes." I said, "Okay, let's beat that." Remember?
I don't think it was 12 minutes.
No, it's long.
But it's long.
It's long.
And it's great, though. Every moment works. And it really works, aside from the fact that you guys are, it's really this great writer here who comes up with the idea of, I'm not really left-handed, I'm not really left-handed, and all of those things. And all of the byplay during the fencing is wonderful. And my favorite line, which nobody ever hears, which is, he says, "Who are you?" He says, "No one of consequence." He says, "I must know." He says, "Get used to disappointment."
The only depressing moment in the film for me was at the end of each sword fighting sequence when Rob would say, "Cut, print, we got it." And I'd look at Carey and I'd go, "That means we don't get to do that part again."
Yes, in the back there. Yes, you. Yeah.
I'd like to know the initiation of who started this wonderful evening. I'm 86 years old and I come here all the time. But I want to ask Rob, who had the idea initially from Lincoln Center to start your coming here?
Well, I mean, it was a New York.
Yes, in the aisle, standing in the aisle, one of our volunteers. How does it feel to be together again, everyone?
It's really nice.
I will say, actually, it was an easy group to get together because everybody likes each other. When you try to put together one of these screenings, you quickly learn that people actually enjoyed making the movie or not. I mean, based on the quickness of their replies. Once Rob was on board,
Yes, we're missing Christopher Guest, who's in London right now. He's doing a television show, so he would have loved to have been here too.
we had all been together.
Well, we missed Andre, we missed Peter, both Peters, Peter Falk and Peter Cook.
Yes, they're in the blue, yes. Question about Peter Cook.
Well, for me, it was a great thrill because I'm a huge fan of his, and he and Dudley Moore and the Beyond the Fringe and the Derek and Clive albums. I don't know if you've ever heard any of those, but they're really damn funny. But just being around him is like a legend kind of for me. I was like thrilled to be around him, just to be with him. And I think Bill, he wrote that thing, Marriage and all that. It was just.
A quick thing, I just met a couple recently who hired an actor, had him ordained online, and he married them with the scene.
We're just about out of time, but I wanted to put something back to Rob and to Bill, which is that there's
there's an old saying ascribed to Orson Welles that the enemy of art is the absence of limitations. And you've talked before about making this movie on a low budget, and that there's a lot of old-fashioned practical effects and matte painting.
The army of Florin was 7 people. It wasn't a big army.
But in a way, looking at this film again tonight, I think that that's a lot of what gives the movie its charm, and that if you could make it today with all the money in the world and all the digital effects, it might not be the same movie. And I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts about that.
Well, tell them about the road of unusual size. This is hilarious.
So we have 2 guys, 2 little people in those suits. And there was one guy, Anthony, who was... Anthony was very good at scurrying. The other guy was kind of a lumbering in the slipper. So we had one thing where I needed to go fast like this. I said, let's get Anthony for that one because he's very good. And he says, no, Guff, we can't have Anthony today. I said, what do you mean? He's good. No, let the other guy do it. I said, no, we gotta have Anthony. It turns out that Anthony didn't make it that day, and the reason Anthony didn't make it was
He was arrested.
he was arrested. He was going through divorce proceedings, and they owned the kennel, and he burned the kennel down. His wife put him to jail. And Billy, he was a strange guy. He had like all kinds of earrings and piercings and stuff. Billy said he looked like a fishing lure.
But it sounds awful to you, but Mr. Ryan,
Mr. Ryan.
it's awfully hot in here.
The police day he told me when he got pulled over by the cop said, do you know how fast you were going, sir? He said, and 5 miles an hour. He said, well, are you going to arrest me? He said, oh, yes, sir. He said, no, you don't understand. I'm working on a film. I'm playing a part in a film. I'm in a movie. I've got to be on the set. I'm late. He said, what part are you playing? I'm playing a rep in the back of the van.
And Carol, we would go to lunch, and you can't take stuff off. It doesn't come off for hours. So we would go with Andre, Mandy, Carrie, Rob, and at Shepperton Studios, we go to the commissary. There's these 2 old little apple sculptures, a giant,
Blind with their
right,
contacts.
and the contact, and when you're in that stuff, you can't really talk as yourself. It doesn't feel right. So you get the menu. Lots of soup.
Is it not hot? Do you as spicy as I can have? What are you gonna have, dear?
And we just would stay on.
When we were in the makeup trailer, though, before you put your hair on, you felt you looked like Dopey, and you had this whole conversation with the mirror about your...
I thought I looked like if Dopey had aged. Because once the wig wasn't on, it was a bald cap and that face. So I said, look, I'm old Dopey. So I started, you reminded me of it tonight, I forgot. What was it?
The erase clause.
Oh yes, I was mad, I was saying, that Walt Disney, no thumb. We had no thumbs. And so we had 4 fingers, and we said, Walt, come on, what is this? Give me a fucking thumb. He said, I can just erase you. I said, that's where the erase clause came from. We had so much fun.
We're sort of almost out of time, but tonight I felt when I was watching that I was watching a perfect movie. So thank you, Robin Bill.
Rob and I were very involved. Carrie, I didn't know about the Bill Cosby thing.
Hi.
And on that note, Rob Reiner, William Goldman, cast of The Princess Bride, thank you for this.